Hey everyone, it is Char from Char's Fascination, and today I bring to you Vogue Pattern V1671. It's about time this thing got here. I know, taking a one up on a Bon Jovi song. Anyway, as you guys know, I have this over here on my dress form. The only thing I hadn't done yet is finish the back of that skirt. So, another sewing pun. So what I'm going to do is, I have so much fabric around here. I'm not even worried about this. Now, I can use this beautiful purple, right, with the little flowers on it. Or my thought was to take another fabric that I have and just go ahead and make it. But the other fabric that I have, get a drink of water. No, I don't have the virus. My throat was just dry. Take something that I have more of rather than take something that I have less of and try to figure out how I'm going to do this. Now, I've noticed on both of these dresses that they have here, this one has a higher neckline than this one. And since I have spinal issues, I can't be like reaching around and then trying to, that's gonna hurt my back. So what I'm going to do is, like, right in here, I'm going to add a front zipper. That way I'm not fighting with it. And I can just pull everything out of here, cut it as instructed, and yeah, I think this is going to be great. Now, you guys know that I can't pause this, so you're just going to have to go with it. Just go with it. So, the first thing we're going to do is bring you down to where you'll be eye level with me and the fabric. Now, I will finish this over here. That will get finished, and I will recut that bodice. So, my thought with that is go ahead and get this laid out. The other fabric that was in line for a possible use was this one right here. It's wrinkled. Don't come at me for that. Because it's been in the drawer for so long. And I could use it. Absolutely could use this fabric. I have a lot of it. I mean, I have 4 yards. And I just don't know. No, that would not be wide enough for this. So see, that's something to always keep in mind. Make sure that your fabric is going to be wide enough for what you plan on using it for. I'll just refold this correctly later. Now, as you do know, I have my Fabric Mart zippers. Yay! Thank you, Fabric Mart. You're awesome. And I do have my other fabrics from Fabric Mart. I have fabrics from Fabric Mart, Sam's Fabric, which went out of business. You guys know this. I'm just going to pull one zipper. That's all I need for this. One zipper. And some sewing pins. Which sewing pins am I going to use today? Sorry for being out of camera. These, my brand new ones. I used these the other day. You put the camera down this way. I got done making these pants right? Pair of yoga pants. And this top to this is in the works, like just finishing the top. But my goodness, in like maybe an hour or two, I knocked out these pants. Like, booyah, knocked out the pants. So, I'm going to lay out the fabric and then lay out the pattern. And there's no editing going on with this video. No, there is not. Now, a lot of you might be like, well, why don't you just cut a certain amount of yardage to do this? Because I have 10 yards of this fabric. So in case a flu boo happens, I have enough, way more than enough, to compensate for what I'm about to do. So what I'll probably do is go ahead and I'll show you what I'm doing. Move the pattern. Just go ahead and lay it out like this. Ooh, bunch of gross stuff on my carpet again. I have that clean. Carpets just never want to stay clean when you're working with fabric. Oh, it's got a few wrinkles in it. Okay, so this is basically what I'll do is I'll just stretch it out across the floor and cut to a certain point. Let's see. That's 3 yards. Okay, I know where 3 yards is. And we'll take the brand new scissors. And also see how many yards I need to cut. That's essential. Oh, and another essential thing, my measurements. Now, I know how much I measure around. I just haven't measured my bust. So, I'm the classic 44 inches around. And then measure one's hips. Now I know I got big hips. I'm not going to fib about that. Okay, this says 54. So give that the seam allowance of, yeah. And then the bust. Always measure under your bust. I notice a lot of people are not doing that. 44, which is about correct to the waist. A lot of people don't take it under their armpits anymore. That's a shame. 45. And then across the bust, which would be shoulder to shoulder, which for me is 18 and a half from shoulder to shoulder. So see, we get that measured out, and then we come down here. You'll have to excuse my gasness during all these, and let me see. If I measure that much with a garment. Huh. Why no, I'm not an A. Oh, that must be for the bust. Oh, that's interfacing. Okay. Now, see, I wish that they had this better than that. I'm using my reader. Garment measurements. Lower neck. you know what? I'm gonna go with the measurement of a size 16 for me. Yes, they do have your instruction. And then you have your pattern pieces, which obviously I have not opened up this pattern yet, which is quite apparent. Most people will iron their pattern. I don't feel like ironing my pattern, thank you. And we'll do this video in segments. First is like, cutting the pattern and, making sure it's good with the material. And then we'll do the segment of sewing this thing together. Okay, on this you have the pocket. You have, I think, part of the skirt. Yeah, part of the skirting is on here. Okay. I'm going to say bodice because this looks like, is that really the skirting? No, this is skirting. That's weird. Okay, so this is skirt and pocket and waistband. And the bodice is on here. That seems weird to me. Is that another? No, that's the neck. Okay. Tells you how long I've been making my own stuff. And 11 is, so let's look at this. Look at the right portion of it. Those weird instructions. One is the fold edge front, inset along right side together. Okay, that's your. Oh. Okay, that's your bodice, and then there's that. I already know how to do a pocket. I've been doing pockets for a while. Okay. And this, of course, comes in different languages. So it comes in English, French, and Espanol. So, as people won't get confused. So, this is how they recommend that you lay it out. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Okay, one is skirt, so is 11. So this piece right here is part of the skirt. That's what I thought because it's long. And then they have the insert for the pocket, which I'm just going to sew it on how I would normally do that, but that's just me. And they have the waistbanding, which is normal to have in this part of the pattern. So yeah, pretty much we have the bodice, part of the skirt, the neck, and like the banding for the shoulders. And then we have waist over here. Okay, so pretty much they're really not telling you how much fabric to lay out, but I'd like to know when they do. Tell me, when do they really tell us? Right? So, what I'm going to do, because I know where the 3 yard mark is, and that's like right about here, because I already looked, and I'm like, 3 yards. So, what we're going to do is cut a little more than 3 yards. Like, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. One thing you want to do is make sure that you have your scissors way far away from, say if you're doing it like this, make sure that you bring it up away from the cushion. I've made that mistake before and cut the other sofa by accident, and I don't want to cut this sofa. It's a beautiful sofa. And then how many yards left do I have? You might say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have 6 yards of this baby left, and I'm happy with that. So maybe I had more on there than I thought, but I'm good with that. Put this fabric over here, and then we'll move this, pin it all down, start cutting. Right? We will start cutting. Even though everybody's saying I'll use different scissors for this and that, I can agree, but my blue scissors are getting really dull. And I just want to get this cut. I just want to get this laid out and cut. And I'm not going 2 layers on this. Haha, there goes the paper. Me. Right? Over by the desk, of course, but there we go. You know, obviously, there's the line here. Now, this crease line will always help. Never think that crease line never helps. That tells you the exact point of half. You know, we have Pi Day. And measurements and everything goes cylindrical with an equation of pi. Like, hi, it's pi. I love math. There are not a lot of math enthusiasts out there, but I love math and science and history. Maybe I should be wearing my Sheldon shirt while doing that. You won't be able to miss my pants. That's for sure. Oh my goodness, you can barely see me. Okay, so let's get this smoothed. And get it all laid on here and cut out our pieces. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yes, I have to crawl over here. Now, I do have a corset on to do this. If I didn't have a corset on, I will be in extreme pain. More than usual. So, I did put my corset on so that it can help. And like I said, you know, I will use the one I have over here. I just need to recut my bodice. So what do we got here? Yeah, that's just something I need to do, is recut the bodice. They say just to lay it all out. Well, first of all, you have to figure out, like, where this needs to lay, how it needs to lay on the fabric. So I say pretty much when you cut this, it'll all fit on your one piece of fabric. I'm not really too sure about that ever. I've never been too sure about that, to tell you the truth. So what I'm going to do with this part of it, now with this particular fabric, it doesn't matter the direction you're going. The flowers are just like random flowers. So we'll put this up here, and I believe there's enough there for the skirting pieces and the rest of the pattern. So I think as long as we go like this, we're actually good. So yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, we're good. I'm laying this out like Angela Clayton. She actually loaded a video today. She was a little bit scared to do that, but girl, don't be afraid. The virus is not coming through your screen. Don't be afraid. Everything's gonna be okay. You know, a friend of mine, which is a fellow YouTube creator, he had to do one of those video calls with the doctor. he told them that he got his flu shot, and they're like, no, you're good. You got your flu shot, you're good. Nothing's gonna happen. So that kind of makes me wonder, like, his doc said, oh, he's good, nothing to worry about because he got a flu shot. Hint to the world. Hint, hint, hint. Now, of course, this will tell you on here, like, how many you need to cut out. And then it also tells you on here for which size, at what point. So, yeah. So, oh my gosh. You never really realize how much work you have to do just to lay something out, just to cut it until it's like actually laid out. There we go. Now I know as for the pocket, I will fold something over and then cut 4 panels because you have to do that. Just for the pocket. So for now, I'm just going to lay this like this because I need to cut that piece for the skirting. And then later I will go back in and cut that. I'll just cut that out. Cut it out. Something we would tell kids, cut it out. Okay, let's make sure all this is perfectly aligned. And I have more than enough on here, so I'm just going to like scooch it just a bit. Make sure it's all on here and laying flat. And then comes pinning, which I kind of like hate doing. I'll do it anyway. I've always not enjoyed pinning paper to fabric. I've never enjoyed that. It scares me kind of because I'm always afraid it'll rip or it would get in the way of my scissors while I'm cutting. Now the old ladies that I hung with, they never pinned it down. They just they never did that. Maybe that's why I'm used to not pinning it down. Because I learned from old ladies, they just never pinned it. They just always knew how to lay it out, cut. They were good. Oh my gosh. The clothing that they made. If you don't have a lot, but you already have existing clothes, just lay it on your fabric and clone your clothes, please. I have a segment about cloning your clothes. How do you think I made these yoga pants? I cloned a pair of pants. And then I styled it up to my own style. That's how I did that. But okay, we'll just pin this down, get down to it, and it's a lot of pinning. It's a good thing I have a lot of pins, but this is going to take forever. Then I'll need to take a break, and yeah. And then what I'm just going to do for now is I'm just going to show you, grab yourself, something weighted other than just your phone, because, my phone is charging. This is a tightly not opened bottle of water. I don't have a bunch of coins laying around because I just don't carry cash. So, that's something I just don't do. That became a habit a long time ago because of an ex-boyfriend not carrying cash. He used to get in my stuff and take my money. What an ass, huh? His cousin Louie got him, though, for doing that. Okay. And of course, you know, I'll need 2 of these, so I'll just leave that there. Well, no, actually, I'll just go ahead and cut it, because then I can cut the other one. Because I can resize it. Absolutely, I can resize this. Oh, see what I mean about ripping the paper? I totally hate that. Probably shouldn't use the word hate. Okay, I can't stand it. There we go. Like, why didn't you pen that? Because, my friends, I just, like, I feel bad. Like, look, you're gonna put a pin in this pattern, and that may accidentally rip the pattern itself, and that bothers me. Like, why don't you already have this, like, pre-cut to the biggest size, fold it up and put in? I remember back in the day, some of these patterns used to come like that, already, like, pre-cut, and then you were allowed to, like, size it to your size. They won't tell you that, but a lot of patterns used to come that way. Absolutely. And, like, you may need to tug on something, and then look, it's in the piece of the pattern paper that I don't need. So anyway, I'm going to get this all cut out and everything, and then we'll come back with the other segment of this video, because I'm going to, like, I'll probably use some of my containers from Sin City Soaps and Candles to hold it down and weight it, because I feel more comfortable weighting the pattern down, if you know what I mean. I think I'd rather weight the pattern down than pin it, because yeah, I'm gonna do that. Also, as usual, from Sin City Soaps and Candles, remember, you can use my code, my affiliate code, SharsNation10, all in caps, to get 20% off your entire purchase. Anytime. It's a non-expiration code, and it also helps you keep your hands moisturized, and they have other beautiful products. So stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed, and I will see you soon.